Reporters with me, Zainab Badawi. 6 months ago, we were reporting extensively on how emergency workers in Japan were beginning their desperate struggle to control leaks at the nuclear power station at Fukushima after that catastrophic earthquake and tsunami. 100,000 people living within 12 miles of the plant were evacuated. David Shukman has covered many such crises in 3 decades at the BBC, and he was one of the few journalists to venture back into the deserted city of Tomioka.
The nuclear ghost town of Tomioka. We've arrived in a long street of shops and there's no one here. We're a few miles inside the exclusion zone. A radioactive cloud blew over here 6 months ago, but experts have assured us that radiation levels have now fallen. A local farmer, Naoto Matsumura, has slipped us past security. This is the main street, right? This is just completely empty. He wants us to see how his community has suffered. We find that it was hit by the earthquake and the tsunami, but then by the leak from the Fukushima power station. This used to be a town of 16,000. This is the main street, but as you can see, it's completely deserted. Motorbikes abandoned, shops completely empty, no traffic at all, weeds growing up in this forecourt here, a shop wrecked in the earthquake, still 6 months on, completely untouched. And all the time that we've been here, the radiation level has been surprisingly low. The problem is this: if you get down to ground level, it shoots right up. No problem for us on a very quick visit, but what scientists are wrestling with is how dangerous this contamination is and will continue to be in the long term. It was back in March that explosions at the nuclear power plant released radioactive material. The leaks contaminated some areas more severely than others, but everyone within 12 miles of this devastation was ordered out. Naoto decided to stay on. He doesn't bother with protective clothing. In the ruins of a farm, spiders have taken over. Their webs stretch over everything. But Naoto clears a path for us. He wants to show us something. And this is a really distressing sight. This is the cattle shed. The owners left in such a hurry they weren't able to release their animals. Here are 2 that have died, and in each of these pens there are 2 more, making a total of 60. Some animals broke free and are roaming wild. Naoto tries to care for a new generation born in the nuclear zone. He wants to keep his community going.
There
are no services here, no electricity, gas or water. But the older people still want to come back. Even my mother and father, their wish is to die here.
After 3 hours here, we check our radiation dose. It's roughly half what you get from a chest X-ray. Naoto refuses to think about radiation. He's determined to stay on. But he lives by candlelight. Most of his food is tinned. A dog is his only companion. He wants his town to return to normal. It'll be a long wait. David Shukman, BBC News, Tomioka, Japan.